Hey guys, in this tutorial I will show you how to develop a character from scratch using just traditional paper and mechanical pencil. So this is all you need basically. Well, the idea behind this drawing is I've been drawing for over 10 years. So please don't get discouraged when you look at this drawing and you probably realize that your skills may be not up to date. So please realize that it took me over 10 years to get to this stage. So personally, I believe that any artist should develop himself. Develop it's like like a sportsman, like a person who's running a marathon. It's like training yourself for a marathon. So how to put it? So basically, let's say if you want to run for like a 10-mile marathon, you have to start training yourself. First, you're gonna probably run maybe 1 mile at a time. So for maybe a couple of weeks, you will be running 1 mile. Then after a couple of weeks, maybe for a couple of months, you will be running 2 miles. And then maybe after 6 months, you will start running 3 or 4 miles, right? And then so you see the picture, right? So you will just progress. So let's say after about a year, you will be able to complete a 10-mile run. And of course it differs for everybody because not everybody is the same. And so some people may get there faster, some people may get to the finish line slower, but eventually everybody should get there. It just depends on everybody's pace. So like I said, personally myself, I've been drawing for let's say over 25 years so far, and I'm still trying to develop myself as a painter and as a drawer. And in today's world we also use digital mediums, and I would personally not recommend start drawing directly in digital mediums. So I will recommend first trying to develop yourself in traditional drawings and in traditional painting. So once you get to the digital mediums, it would be much more easier for you to to use those digital mediums, because they will make more sense for you. And actually, from my experience, if you just a second. So if you start off with digital mediums, I think it's harder to start drawing traditionally. And if you draw traditionally, I think it's much easier to transfer your skill into digital mediums, because digital mediums, they're just a portion of your skill. So I think the root of your self as an artist should be based on traditional drawing and traditional painting. And digital mediums, they should be just kept optional. And so as I develop this sketch, so you should also try to draw like this specific sketch. I started with the profile drawing, and prior to this drawing I was studying Leonardo da Vinci's drawings, and I was actually trying to copy his drawings to get those drawings as close as possible to the way the Leonardo da Vinci executed those drawings. And believe me, at times Leonardo da Vinci, at first when you look at those drawings, you see that maybe they're very basic drawings, but when you actually try to copy, let's say, maybe like his painting, but you try to make a copy of his one of the figures in his painting, you try to make a pencil copy, you realize how complex his paintings are. They're complex. Leonardo da Vinci's paintings are complex in geometry. They're complex in color, shades, and everything. So I think I would really suggest just give yourself some time to look at some Leonardo da Vinci's paintings, and you don't have to copy the whole painting. Just let's say if you just interested in drawing, let's say, a head and the shoulders, and so just take that take that character from his painting and just try to make a copy, you know, and also don't just stop on one copy, because I personally believe that you become a master at something if you copy something over 100 times. So let's say if you just copied it once and you think that it's good, I do not think it's the way to go. So when you copied it for the first time and you see it's good, just don't stop there. Maybe like in a couple of weeks, just draw the same thing all over again, and you will see how you progressed. You will look back at that drawing and you will realize that your actual drawing skills have progressed, and it will be a very positive thing for you, you know, because as an artist you should develop. I do not believe that when you draw something and then you put your signature on your drawing and you think, wow, this is a masterpiece. Probably in most cases, like in most cases, it's probably a very crappy drawing. It just somebody maybe tells you that it's pretty good, but you know, in reality, it's not really good, because in order to master something, you have to spend at least 5 years doing just that same one thing, you know, just drawing that specific figure for 5 years minimum. And after 5 years, you will become a master, okay? After 5 years, you will have probably an ability to call yourself a master at that specific thing, of course, you know. So let's say if you want to draw like horses, or if you want to draw cars, and you just started drawing horses and cars, and let's say you draw for like a year, I don't think that you became like a supreme master of the drawing horses, because again, I believe that you should spend at least 5 years, you know, to become a master, like a master at drawing horses or drawing cars, you know. And the same thing actually applies to everyday life. Let's say, well, besides drawing, I'm also interested in chemistry, and I am currently working as a full-time high school teacher in chemistry, and I've been working for only 2 years, and I am still developing as an high school chemistry teacher. You know, it's not a very easy task, but I give myself some time. You know, you have to be realistic, you know, and also do not what's that word? Do not sorry, I forgot the word. You know, so basically, just try to develop yourself. You know, don't stop there, because every time you draw, well, in reality, every time you finish that drawing, that is your specific masterpiece. You know, because let's say if you've been drawing for a year, so that last drawing is actually one of your best drawings, and The next day when you start drawing something, that drawing the next day will be even more better than the drawing you did the previous day, because so your skill will actually accumulate. So you have to well, it's like training a dog, the same concept. The same concept also applies to a human body. So you have to train, you have to draw, you have to connect your hand, pencil movements to your brain. So sometimes you should get at the master level. Let's say, for example, at the master level, you don't think, you will start creating masterpieces without even thinking about drawing. You will not hesitate. Let's say you you will be given a task at drawing or painting something, and let's say if you are already a master doesn't hesitate. Well, the only problems is probably like a subject, let's say what you want to draw, or like maybe problems with imagination. But in terms of skill, a master will not hesitate to execute something, because his brain, human body, and pencil, they work as a one, as a one, as one. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So as I develop this drawing, I'm not using any reference. So basically, I've been drawing human bodies from life, and also I made like unlimited already by now, unlimited amounts of different characters. I've been just copying, and then let's say I draw something, and because paper accumulates, sometimes I lose it, or I just throw it away. So as I'm drawing this, as I'm trying to complete this sketch, well, it's been actually a while. This specific drawing I did some 3 years ago, and this narration I am making in 2018. So while I'm trying to develop this character, you have to also think about the specific like anatomy. Make sure you get your like anatomy correct. All the let's say the head should be proportional to the to shoulders and to his hand. And well, this is also this specific drawing is kind of his like turned, his right shoulder is turned away from us, and his left shoulder is closer to us. So you have to think in a three-dimensional space. So in my head, when I am drawing this character, I can actually twist him around, and let's say if somebody asks me to draw the same character at a different angle, I will probably be able to do that, and so you try to also like don't let's say when you do like a live sketch from a live human being, try to position yourself at the toughest angle. Don't just choose an angle that you like. Try to draw that person from the angle when you look at that person and you realize that it isn't. You tell yourself, wow, this is impossible to draw that. Actually, it's good, because your brain will try to find ways to get out of that troubling situation. Your brain is actually your friend, and the way our human brain works, it will it will find the solution, you know. So don't get discouraged. And I suggest that when you draw, like let's say if you're like in an art class or something like that, um, don't position yourself at the angle where you are where you feel comfortable. Try to find a way where you feel uncomfortable, and draw like quick 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, quick sketches. Of course, every time if you just uh, starting, you know, or you're just developing a drawer, like an artist, of course they will probably suck, you know, those drawings, but don't get discouraged. Okay, don't get discouraged, because that's where you start, you know. So just do like 5 to 10 minutes studies, and then just throw your drawings out, and then start all over again, you know. So this way you will train your brain, you know, like in the beginning of this conversation I said, like you have to prepare yourself for a marathon, you know. It's like becoming proficient in drawing. It's like being it's like a training for the marathon. um, so here at this point, I will stop my narration and just enjoy this drawing. And also please don't forget to subscribe. And well, I'm actually busy as my year of teaching is about to start. It's August, and I will try to upload more drawings like this, and hopefully I will help you, you know, to progress in your drawing skills. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.